Hello everybody and welcome back to our Modsauce 2 world here, and today we are finally going to be killing this zombie. Yeah, finally. Now, we are going to be finally upgrading some stuff on our person rather than some machines. As you can see, I have actually just gone and given myself diamond armor since we have the diamonds to do it, and I needed more protection. As you saw from the end of last episode, we did not last very long against a few enemies. Yes, we can kill them very quickly, but if there's a lot of them, then we're in a big issue. But before we do that, another thing I'm going to show is this lovely thing here, which is actually the probably fifth or sixth iteration of this whole setup. I recently got rid of all the crucibles because I realized I kind of didn't need them anymore, and they were causing a mass amount of lag. I actually, on my test world, had this set up, but with, I think it was a total of 10 of these. There's currently 4. I had them going every 2. I did it on the test world, same as this world, but like, you know, I recreated this world and using the options in the obviously main menu, and yeah, I did all that, and it ended up basically whenever I was here and they were actually powered, I would get like 19 frames per second. I have no idea why. I did actually have the same similar problem when I had 4 of them here, and as soon as I got rid of the crucibles, it was actually a lot better. I don't actually know what frame rate we're at now, just above 60, because it's not doing the best over here. But, you know, something that I've got to fix, really. But yeah, these are all set up. This is actually so they've got one-way lines for each of these things, just because, you know, then we have the ability to have, you know, each individual cycle being done by each thing. So, for example, like the iron over here. All the iron is going to go to this retrieval node. It's all going to go in here. These are then going to be turned into iron ore gravels. They're going to be then sent to the automatic camera. Going to go into the crafter. Then go to the iron ore sand. As you can see, we've got 85 in there. It generally stays around that. As you can see, it's slowly lowering down, but also sometimes increasing. That'll go in there. Then these will, you know, I'll hammer that. That'll then put all that into the dust. As you see, we've got a lot of dust. Then the dust will go into the pulverizer. Then it will go into the furnace. And then it will go into here. As you see, we've got 41,000, and it's going up fairly quickly because we've actually upgraded all these, because during the time that I was doing all this stuff, we were actually able to get enough ender pearls just from killing endermen and just generally from these ender lilies here to pretty easily. Well, not easily. It just still took a while. You know, we were able to without too much effort, I guess. You know. Get these upgrades done. So today the plan is to do 3 things. Again, I planned out like basically around about 3 things an episode. I actually need to move that closer just for less cable usage. And also I have retrieval nodes on top of these, so ones like the ferrous ones, for example, will go, like the ferrous from the iron, the secondary outputs will just go straight to the ferrous one. You know, same with iron, anything that outputs iron as a secondary thing will go there, and same with gold, copper, and all those other things, and shiny. And actually, come to think of it, how much shiny ingots do we have now? 2,533. That's pretty cool. Now, what I actually want to do is I want to kind of set up in a chunk-loaded part of the world, chunk-load somewhere that I'm never ever really going to go to, and in that area, set up an insanely powerful version of this, all set up to a quantum link. I think that's what it's called, from AE, and set up an AE system, and over there, you know, have it all chunk-loaded. Get all these items and just have them, you know, the holdback we're having is lag. That's what the pain here is. Like, if it lags, I can't really have it there, because then, you know, it slows down the whole thing, and it makes it more difficult to play in the world. And these skeletons are really annoying me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. God, the skeletons are the most annoying thing in the world. Because the closer you get, the better shot they are. I think that's still a thing. And if they have, like, if they don't have armor on, they're fine. Like, it's a one-shot kill if they don't have armor on. But if they have armor on, then we're kind of screwed. And it takes a lot longer. But yes, we're going to be upgrading our armor today. And originally, I was planning to go with dark armor, but for the moment, I'm actually going to go with redstone, or not redstone, flux-infused armor. The reason for that is because I've said this before, it's nice to have a tiny bit more progression, and also, it's a bit more of a pain. I like the idea of having both armors. Like, in my opinion, dark armor is better. It's true. Dark armor is better because of the way you upgrade it, or at least in my opinion, it's better with the way you upgrade it. The thing I don't like about dark armor, or at least something I think that happens with dark armor, is if you can have it get damaged even if it's got charge. I think is the way I remember it. Oh, cool. Let's see what we got from this. We didn't get any ender pearls, unfortunately. We got some gold coins, some bottle of enchanting. Just put that all in here for the moment. And yeah, basically, you know, I in the end I would prefer that, but I also like the idea of redstone flux. I like redstone flux armor, or flux-infused armor. So flux-infused armor, I've gone through this a million times. I think this will technically be the 4th series in which we have essentially an episode. Bit of lag. An episode dedicated almost to creating this. And you two, you need to go. You do not stay around here. I need magnum torches. Are they in this? Magnum. Yes, it is. Okay. But flux-infused armor. So we all have this. And it's made up of these flux-infused armor plates. As I've said before, each armor set uses 24 of whatever the item is, each normal one. So a full set of diamond armor, for example, takes up 24 diamonds. A full set of iron armor takes up 24 iron. Same with gold, same with leather, I guess. Couldn't think of the other. I was about to say wood armor. Technically that's a thing, though, with Tinker's Construct. And it's the same with this. So we need 24 of these fluxed armor platings. Now, each of those requires, for each one fluxed armor plating, we need 6 fluxed electrum ingots, 1 fluxed electrum nuggets, 6 of them, 1 fluxed electrum ingot, and 2 fluxed crystals. And luckily, I've done this enough times to know the math. I'm just trying to see if there's a skeleton down there or not. And that means, essentially, in the end, we're going to need 48 flux crystals and 40 flux electrum ingots, because obviously they will turn into the nuggets. So, we're pretty easy there. Now, fluxed crystals are one that's going to be a pain, because we're actually going to have to get a fluid transposer and a magma crucible, which I've been meaning to do for a while now. It's not something we care about too much, so we can just stay with a... Actually, in all honesty, it might not be a bad idea to go with just a resonance straight away. It's not going to increase speed. Actually, we can still run the overclockers from another machine. But for the moment, until we've got enough for the other things. But yeah, I'm gonna cut for the moment and get all the stuff for that, because I actually forgot I needed to do that, and I've been meaning to do it for a while. So yes, I will get onto that, and I will see you once this guy's dead and we have... Okay, so I actually went ahead and just created the basic versions of the magma crucible and the fluid transposer because I decided to. Pretty much the only reason why. Now, I'm pretty sure this should mean that we get 48 in here, 48 in there. Yep, which means that can go there. We need 48. Oh, I actually need 2 sets of 48, so I don't even know what that number is, in all honesty, because my brain's not working. That would be 96. There we go. And we need 48 diamonds as well. From that we can create the 48 of these whatever things we need. Flux crystals, that's it. So it's going to take a while, but we can make flux crystals as you see, and during the process of doing that, what we're going to do is Just leave that to do that, and from there we are able to go with the fluxed electrum ingots that we need to make. So we're going to do that using the actually we can use the induction smelter, but I prefer to use the alloy smelter right now because it just cuts out a step and means we don't have to use the magma crucible that's already in use. So to do this we need electrum ingots. We actually need 40 of those. We need 80 redstone and 20 pyrotheum dust. That's going to be a fun time. So electrum ingots, let's actually go with this one quickly, and that means we're going to need what, 40 of those in total. That means we're going to need 20 gold and 20 silver, which is just a simple hop and skip over here. 20 golds, 20 gold, 20 silver, and from here the induction smelter is still a basic one, so that's going to be the annoyance here, but again, you know, why worry too much when everything else is going to still be slow as well. We're going to have to actually start getting some more food now, because I actually have no food, nearly no food at all, and that's going to kind of suck. I don't know what we have in here. What do we have in here? We have raw mutton. We have some dimensional bread, I guess. Actually, come to think of it, what are we going to need for this pyrotheum dust? That's the thing we have to look out for. Sulfur! We're going to need 20 of this in total, so we're going to need 10 sulfur, 10 coal dust, 10 redstone, and... Okay. Oh, sulfur's there. That's easy. Oh, and we have a ton of carrots. That's awesome. Okay, and... yeah, what else are we going to need? How much do these go into? 24. Okay, that's perfect. We're going to need some redstone, some coal, and that's all over there, and some blaze powder, which is the only one that maybe is going to be a bit more difficult to get around to. Oh no, blaze powder is dust as well. You can see how much we got there. I actually have stopped using the dust thing, as you can see, considering this is all over here, but we'll have to see. Okay, we got far more than enough. So we're going to need 10 of that, 10 of that. I think it's 10 of that, and then 10 of that. Throw that in my spare pulverizer over here. This is my work pulverizer for the moment, which actually I don't think it's set up to any power whatsoever. I don't think. I mean, more at least. I don't know. Right, I'll set this up to some power. That's not too difficult. Let's just get this bit of sand back. That's perfect there. I should be getting a bit more power now. And, yes, I think from there, pulverizer, just throw one of these in there. And from there, we should be able to create enough pyrotheum dust for this to work. Other than that, we're going to need the induction smelter, which should be finished by now, come to think of it, and also what else are we going to need for this redstone? We're going to need 80 redstone, which means it's going to be 64 a stack and 16, I think that would be. Yeah. So let's just get 2 stacks out, or not. Throw that in there, and we're running out of redstone. Yay. Now the problem is I don't know where my alloy smelter is. So I'm going to go off and try and find that. Found it. That was a pretty easy thing there. What we can actually do here is just pretty simply hook it up there for the meantime. Oh, and I actually have a ton of this in the way. I actually don't know where all this is going. Let's actually get rid of all this, because we can do that in we can actually do that in here if we really want to. From here, we just want to do alloys only, because we know how that problem goes with redstone. And from here, it still has the octadactic thing in it, and we should just have to wait for this thing to progress further. And in that time, we can go through all the smelting of all this stuff. as you can see, it takes a while, to say the least, to complete this whole thing. But in the end, it should be worth it. Okay, so that's done just over half a stack. So we're going to be here probably for quite a while. Okay, so from around here, it seems that all this flux electrum ingots here, as well as the flux crystals that we have here, are completed. Now, I have to do a tiny bit of math. In the sake of, I literally have to do that. I did think it was 16, but just to check how many of that we need to do. So from there, we need to go to flux-infused, and what we need to do is just create all of these. So you can see 24 fluxed armor platings have been created. From there, we're just going to do this and that, and then we're going to create these. Now, hopefully, I'm like 99% sure we should be able to charge these in here, and I am correct in that thought. So what we're going to do is just quickly go back to our bed, go to sleep, because it's starting to get night, and see how much they're charged up by the morning. If they are charged up, then that is perfectly fine, and then we can move on to the final thing, because, well, the second thing I wanted to do isn't gonna happen. I wanted to get some enchantments on the armor, but that's more of a off-screen thing because of the way I want to do it. I want to go through Ender.io and go for the enchanter. I need to get Darksteel and books. Those are fine. I just need to get all the levels, and that's just going to be what takes the long time, is getting the levels in order to actually get all the protection and stuff like that. The actual getting of the, you know, items, protection, I can't remember. I think protection takes Darksteel, and it's like 16, I think, for protection 4. So it's like a stack for 4 of them for all pieces of armor. And Darksteel, I'm not too sure how difficult it is. Obsidian, not too difficult. Coal, pulverized coal, again, nowhere near difficult. And iron, we have hundreds of, you know, pieces of iron. We have a ton of coal. Obsidian is maybe the only thing that's going to take a while. And we have this whole thing, which currently will create, at this point, 32 obsidian. What we're actually going to do at some point, I think, is create the augments for it, meaning that if we get up to the pyroclastic generation, it will create up to 16 obsidian per operation, which will just, you know, be a lot faster, use less water, and everything like that should be fine. But yeah, we should, from here, be able to come in here and take off our current armor, and we now have flux-infused stuff, so we're full thing. We should have been full armor anyway on the last one, and we shouldn't really take in damage. We'll have to see when it gets to night, but as you can see, looking pretty good. Currently holding the glider really far out from us. I wonder if it doesn't do that with anything else. That's confusing, I guess. And from there, what did I want to do after? Okay, I've got the perfect plan for in a minute. Once we get past this guy, see what he wanted. But first, actually, we don't even need to go over there. The plan is to find some obsidian, not obsidian, some netherrack. And from there, we also need 2 diamonds and some sticks. Because what I plan to do today, after this, or what I plan to proceed to get in between episodes, is a very difficult, otherwise to obtain item, I guess. And we actually have lava over here, so that's actually perfect for us. And why did I just try and mine with a pickaxe and sand? If we have a diamond hoe, for example, we can till the netherrack. So we now got tilled netherrack, and from there we can plant netherrack crops on them. So there are some crops that, for example, create, I can't actually remember, quartz. Quartz berries are a thing. Actually, look at. Let's do this, and let's have a look at some of the seeds. So we've got coarseberry seeds, so which they make coarseberries, ghost seeds, which make spectre wheat, which can then be turned into spooky flour, which can then be turned into soul sand with the help of sand. We got glowing reed, which is essentially glowstone in the form of sugarcane. I can't think of any else except the very special one that we actually found. It's actually really rare to find, but you find them in some of the Undertaker chests that are randomly scattered around. Oh, what's this? Baseball bat. Looks like a cool sword, almost. But this actually is a wither shrub seed, which is 5 millibuckets of lava, apparently. But we actually have one somewhere. I actually see I have a ton of the other seeds around. But if we find the wither shrub seeds, for example, what these actually do, and we need to see if we get the watering can. I don't know if it's actually in here or whatever. Do we have a watering can? I'm not sure if we do. Well, I know we do, but I don't know where it is. Huh. Come thinking, where are my golden bags of holding? We'll work out that in a minute. But the wither shrub seeds are a really cool set of seeds because we plant them here. They're at 0 growth, but what they actually do is they grow a wither skeleton skulls. Amazingly, they have to be planted next to lava, similarly to how most crops have to be put next to water to be hydrated because it's the nether, and on tilled netherrack. But this should grow into wither skulls, and I'm going to have a little look around, see if I can find my watering can and see if we can speed. Alright, we found it. This is good. I don't actually know what effect this will have. I actually have my particles off, I just remembered. Let's go back to animation, put them all on, and see what effect this has. I don't think it'll have any, really, considering it's oh no, it's grown a bit. As you see, it's at 14. So in theory, like, you know, this just increases the tick rate almost, I think it is, of whatever it's, like, you know, touching. So in theory it should be, like, do this fine, even though it's a watering can on a nether crop. Like, theoretically it doesn't, like, destroy it, or it shouldn't. Like, there are things that, like, for example, like the ender lilies, if you add bone meal, for example, it causes them to demature, if that's the correct way of saying it. So there might have been something, but it seems to be doing a pretty good job for now. We're at 57%, and this, it works the same way as a melon, where they grow on the sides, but they don't. You don't have to destroy the root. Though I don't know if you destroy it if you get more. I'll have to test that out. I'm not willing to get rid of this without being 100% sure. But yeah, I'll come back once this has become fully grown, I guess. Alright, so as you can see, it is actually now matured. Something I actually tried to do was use some bone meal on it. It doesn't actually seem to affect with bone meal. I don't know why that happened. Maybe it's because I right-clicked on it. But as you can see, we have now got a wither skeleton skull. And from here we can just do this. And something we can do in the future is actually get a imaginary time block, which is something that we can hopefully get soon in the future. We need a nether star for it, actually, which is something that obviously this is going to help us to do. And once we get a nether star and a few other items, we're able to... Well, it's like a couple of blocks of diamonds and gold and iron, and I'm like, yeah, I've got those. Like, for example, if we have an actual look, we need one of these, which is lapis, redstone, gold, and diamond blocks. We need nether star. We need some more of these things, as well as where it's disappeared to. We have some mangaloy, which is just steel and iron, which isn't too terribly difficult. Iron casings, those are incredibly easy. And some more of these. Only one of these, which is diamonds, some quartz, and some redstone. So the only difficult thing there that we don't have a lot of is, or any of, is the Nether Star. The thing that we're lowest on is probably the redstone after that, but that is something that we fairly easily can get a lot of if we set up another machine for it, or just even ourselves with the spare pulverizer and stuff set up a version of 4. But yeah, this is now mature. It'll eventually put out another wither skeleton skull. But yeah, we have these now. I actually never realized they have particles around them. That's an interesting thing. And I guess that is now set up. Obviously in the future we want to see if we can get more of these, and from there we can obviously set up a better system and get millions upon millions of these things, and maybe set up an auto wither killing station if that's ever possible with the combination of mods we have here. I actually don't know if because I know actually there is the wither thing from practicalities, so it is definitely possible. We just need a way of making soul sand infinitely, which is possible with the other Gani's nether, the spirit flower or whatever it's called, and the sand. So that's definitely possible for us to set up there. And there's an enderman over here, so let's go fly over here past the poisoning themselves spiders. And he dropped nothing bar the grass block. There's another one over here. That's another thing, we can test our armor with this. There's an incredibly good thing that we can do. As you see, we're taking no damage. So we're that good. Now we just need to increase our sword. That's really painful in my ear. Now we just need to get an even better sword if we can. Because these are good. Like, they do one-hit kill to spiders and skeletons, and almost one-hit kill to skeletons. Not skeletons. What's the word I'm trying to say? Zombies. That's the one I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm gonna go on some enderman hunting, I think, and I will see you next time.